Breathe into your heart. Feel that heart and the seat of your soul. Let the outside edge of your skin become more transparent. And let your consciousness go right into the aura. Feel the body of light. Bring your awareness right here and feel this auric field. Understand it's 9 feet diameter, 9 feet below you, 9 feet to the right and left of you, in front and back and above you. This magnificent thing that your soul produces from right thought, right prana, mantra, correct and loving eating, all these things the mind, body, and soul use to fuel your aura. And your aura is like this amazing neon sign to the universe and to the people around you, to magnetize to you, bring to you all that you need. God gave you this energy field. Use it. Take care of it. Feel the auric field. Take a deep breath. And exhale. Bring your hands down. We need to make room for this beautiful soul that's sitting in the doorway. No, it's fine. Here we go. You got a space right there. And if you could scooch a little bit this way, just a little bit, and you get to spread out. Okay. This is like old times. You know, I used to teach Saturday morning in this room, and it was so much fun. I often wish I didn't leave it. Because it was just, maybe I'm weird. I like all the inconvenience and all the weird feelings you get. Because then, once you start doing Kundalini Yoga, it leaves. And that's so good to have a real and tangible experience of, so that you'll remember to use it in your life. Because chances are, you're going to go out into this world today, and something's going to piss you off. But you have a technology that can change that experience. So today we are going to work on enhancing our creativity. And we're going to do a meditation on how creativity comes from our direct relationship to the Creator. And so that relationship to God in Kundalini, generating, organizing, destroying, to enhance our understanding of mastering that energy, and to really feel how God is in every set of eyes here, in the air that's touching us, in the planets, in the sky, but also God is here. And the portion of God that sits right here is the best way to understand the God that's outside of you. You have been created perfectly. You were sent with a tracking system. Your soul is your higher self. According to Yogi Bhajan, it sort of hooks in here and it goes like this. So sometimes people separate them. In Kundalini, there is a portion of the soul that is very much enamored and embodied by the human. But there's also a bigger part of it that is extending into the aura. And when we talk about the higher self, what we can energetically feel about that, it's the part of you that doesn't get concerned with the human flaws and inconveniences and fears. It is above it. But it's not like God everywhere, it's you. So what we do in Kundalini, we want to relate to that part of us that is not afraid. I've been really into this kind of lullaby, and maybe we'll do it in Savasana today too. And it's by Jewel, and it's called The Absence of Fear. I remember years ago when I just got married to Tony, I was so into that song. I feel like the words, now we're going to have to do it at Sylvester, but the words are so key because, you know, the Hallmark card and love, and you know, it's great. But when we are so enamored by our life and bills and all the things that weigh us down, when we get really simple, what we want is the absence of fear. And the thing is, we get to have that. It's your birthright. What we do in Kundalini is we perfect where we focus. It's okay to have a fleeting thought. And we all have these little mechanisms or this, like, I really got in touch with my repetitive thought when I was with Tony Robinson. And like everyone's like, did you walk on fire? Yeah, but that was nothing like the exorcism on Saturday. And it was a lot like Kundalini. I mean, sometimes when you're with Hardy Jivan, you feel like, oh my God, are you going to let up on that? But here's why you do it. What the feeling was on Saturday, and sometimes we get into it, we do get into it a little bit every time we teach Kundalini. What it was is he hammered your pain till it was you couldn't get away from it. You were experiencing it in such a big way, and you think, why would you ever pay to freaking do that? But here's the thing. What it did was it gave leverage. Because the pain of the way I thought became so great, I had to let it go. Because normally, like one of my thoughts was, and one of my friends, I can't believe you think that, but one of my repetitive thoughts is, I'm so stupid. And it's obviously, it started when I was really little. You know, I was the littlest of 6, so that probably had a play on it. And I was always like this. So you could either say you're weird or stupid. And so whatever. So it just plays. And even with all the work, it's a subtle current that's just sort of in me, right? So what was so great in this situation and what we do in Kundalini is he amped up what it's like to live like that. And then what happens if I keep living that 5 more years, 10 more years, 20? And so the pain was excruciating. So now I had the leverage, right? I have to stop right now. And that's what we do in Kundalini. We are leveraging energy. That's all we're doing. So where we get kind of distracted is we don't give enough leverage to that which is bringing us pleasure and love. You know? It's like me and the bean and cheese burrito, right? If I only concentrate on, and I do, it's going to give me immediate satisfaction. It's going to make me feel grounded. I'm just going to be numb because my whole belly will be full of beans and cheese. And I know exactly, and also why I do it, I will watch stuff on Netflix, so I will be completely gone in my bean and cheese burrito, right? And so that, I mean, that is a big pleasure. I'm like, my mind's like, oh, that's so good, let's do it. But if I make a bigger experience out of it, it doesn't let me sleep as well. I'm not weighing what I want. I'm not feeling good the way I can. I'm continually doing something that I've said I'm not going to. And, you know, other things. And I take that and make it bigger. Because you are the energy generator in your life. So when you decide, whatever it is, look at where your energy is. If the energy is still like I remember parenting, it was easier to just not deal with certain things with treasure. But thank God, kids are different than bean and cheese burritos, aren't they? So they leverage themselves. They will get so out of control, you're like, oh my God, you have to do something. So you do have tangible experiences in your life because it involves another source that has much energy. So think about it as we move. One of the most creative things you can do is to look at your life and everything in it as energy. It's either positive or negative. And what are you ignoring? Because ignoring and being passive is really giving the negativity a green light. And it doesn't really take much focus. What we're doing right now is probably no focus. And the sooner we get aware of that, we can make a change. And so, Kundalini Yoga is what? The yoga of awareness. You never have to feel bad. You know, you can make a choice. Like, there are a whole lot worse things I can do than being in cheese burritos. I don't have to freaking fix that if I don't want to, right? But there definitely have been certain things in my life where I still wanted to ignore and focus on the pleasure that I had to change the leverage. And Kundalini Yoga gives you what? Energy. It gives you elevation. And your mind and soul have a brilliant plan and destiny for you. When you give it this energy, you have the power to go in the direction you want. Then your only obstacle now is keep the energy up. Whatever you have to do, and every single one of us are different. You know, I've been talking a lot about those cold showers. I've always known I should from Yogi Bhajan, but it always seemed more yogi and science. I don't know. It didn't have enough leverage with me. You know, I'd get in there and go, this is just torture. Okay, I don't get it. But I go to Tony Robbins and he explains to be shocking yourself and what it does to the nervous system so that you have more grit in your life. That I understood, right? So then when I'm in there going, wah! I mean, I can't be quiet. It's so freaking cold, you know? But I mean, I am so warm and alert in sadhana. I am just like, you know? But it is a conscious choice. So that's what we're going to do today. We are going to be conscious. We don't have to be perfect. We can consciously decide right there, I'm going to be weak. But choose it. Own it. And these other places, I'm going to give all my all because I know that builds my destiny. You are choosing your destiny every choice you make. Your big dream does not just stumble upon you. It's the choice you make right now in this moment. So I've been saying this lately. This is the best thing you can do for yourself in this next hour. As you move through the poses and you do Kundalini, keep saying to yourself, the way I'm doing this yoga is the way I live my life. So if you consistently don't do what the Kriya asks you to do, if you consistently, like, here's what I do. I look like I'm really trying, but I'm not. Because I don't want anybody to know. But I know how to just get just a level off, you know? And that's my crap. So I have to look at that. Oh, my God, is that how you live? Probably. So do that with you. It's so, because you can just do it in this little tiny hour. And if you just make that your promise, every time I do Kundalini, I'm going to think, the way I'm practicing is the way I live my life. You can start to have a relationship. And it's not out there when it's really hard with your spouse or a banker or your kids, right? This is where you can really, it's between you and God. And you get to fix it and heal it and change it. And by doing just that one thing, your entire destiny will change. It's so awesome. All right. We are going to start. Isn't that good? Take your hands over your head. Exhale, curl your fingers into the top of your hand, and now take the thumbs, point them towards the sun. Bring the heart forward. Soften the shoulders slightly. Tuck in the chin. Gaze into the third eye, and begin a breath of fire. So breath of fire is equal inhale and exhale at a pretty rapid pace. What's important about it the most is rhythm, that you get a rhythm for yourself and you stay on it. You are now charging the body with so much light. Consciously change your reality with this breath.